Behind the plain surface of Amish societies exists a reality where women live by old religious codes that would astonish today's world. These are not merely customs. They are permanent vows that shape every detail of an Amish wife's life. From private intimacy to social conduct, these 10 principles expose how Amish women preserve peace in unions that endure endlessly. Rule 1. Speaking last in public in Amish communities, marriage isn't just about love, it's about structure. One of the strangest rules Amish wives follow is the practice of speaking last in public. This means that in conversations, whether it's at church, in the marketplace, or even during casual visits with neighbors, the husband's voice is always heard first. The wife's role is to listen quietly, support her husband's words, and only add her own thoughts if he allows it. 4. Outsiders, this may look like complete silence or suppression. But within the Amish way of life, it's seen as a form of humility, discipline, and above all, respect. By letting the husband lead, the wife upholds his role as the head of the family, a position strongly reinforced by biblical teachings, especially from the book of Ephesians. Amish women are taught from a young age that their words carry weight, and that modesty in speech is just as important as modesty in dress. Speaking out of turn, contradicting a husband in front of others, or appearing argumentative would not only embarrass the man, but also damage the family's reputation in the wider community. Instead, women are expected to use nonverbal cues, gentle smiles, nods, or quiet gestures to show support. If a man from outside approaches an Amish woman with a question, her only acceptable reply is often something like, "You'll have to ask my husband about that." This simple but powerful rule ensures that marriages appear unified, respectful, and harmonious to everyone watching, even if disagreements exist behind closed doors. Rule 2. The bundling tradition. One of the most unusual and surprising Amish courtship practices is the bundling tradition. Long before a wedding ever takes place, young Amish couples are sometimes allowed to spend the night together in the same bed. But there's a strict catch: they remain fully clothed. And in many communities, a wooden board or blanket is placed between them to make sure there's no physical contact at first glance. This ritual sounds odd, even contradictory. Such a conservative culture permits young men and women to share a bed at all. For the Amish, bundling isn't about temptation, it's about testing restraint. The practice is designed to encourage patience, self-control, and the ability to build emotional intimacy without physical involvement. During these long, quiet nights, couples talk for hours, share stories about childhood, hopes for the future, and expectations for married life. By the time they marry, they already know one another deeply. Not through physical attraction, but through conversation and mutual understanding. What shocks outsiders most is that even kissing is usually forbidden during bundling. The Amish believe that passion and physical closeness should be saved entirely for marriage. Instead, bundling teaches couples how to build a relationship on respect and communication. Though the tradition has faded in some modern Amish groups, it is still practiced among conservative Old Order communities today. For them, bundling remains a powerful symbol that a strong marriage begins not in the body, but in the mind and spirit. Rule 3. Never cutting hair. For Amish women, hair is far more than just appearance. It is sacred. From the day they are born until the end of their lives, most Amish women never cut their hair. Instead, they allow it to grow naturally, often reaching extraordinary lengths. Every morning, this hair is carefully tied back and twisted into a bun, which is then covered with a simple white or black prayer cap. Depending on her age and marital status, this practice isn't only about modesty, though. That is an important part of Amish life. It is rooted in biblical teachings, particularly the idea that long hair is a woman's glory and a visible sign of humility before God. By never cutting it, Amish women express their devotion to faith, purity, and family. At the same time, the covering of the hair with a prayer cap carries another layer of meaning, represents submission to God's will and respect for the husband's role as head of the household. Within Amish culture, this balance of devotion and obedience is seen as the foundation for a strong and lasting marriage. To outsiders, this rule may seem strict, even outdated. But for Amish women, Their long, uncut hair is a daily reminder of spiritual commitment and a symbol of inner strength. What looks like a simple bun from the outside carries generations of faith and tradition within it. Rule 4. Modest wedding dresses in Amish culture. A wedding dress looks nothing like the glamorous white gowns we see in modern weddings. Instead, Amish brides carefully sew their own dress, often with the help of their mothers or sisters. The dress is simple, unadorned, and traditionally made in soft shades of blue, though other muted colors like lavender or burgundy may also be chosen. White is rarely used, since it is seen as flashy and impractical. What makes these dresses unique is their purpose beyond the wedding day. An Amish bride doesn't wear her gown once and tuck it away in a closet. Instead, the same dress becomes her Sunday best, worn again and again for years as a reminder of her vows. Every stitch carries the memory of her wedding day, and every time she wears it, she honors her lifelong commitment to her husband. The simplicity of the fabric and design reflects Amish values of humility, modesty, and practicality. By avoiding lace, glitter, or expensive materials, the bride sends a clear message. Marriage isn't about vanity or display, it's about loyalty, faith, and partnership. To outsiders, these modest gowns may appear plain, but within Amish communities, they represent beauty of a different kind, the beauty of humility, devotion, and a life built on shared purpose. Rule 5. In most modern cultures, pregnancy is a celebrated event. Families throw parties, post announcements, and shower the mother-to-be with gifts. But among the Amish, things are very different. An Amish wife does not publicly announce her pregnancy. In fact, she often shares the news only with her husband, keeping it a quiet and private matter within the home, rather than expecting extra care or special treatment. She continues her daily responsibilities, cooking, cleaning, childcare, and even farm work. From milking cows to working in the garden, Amish women remain active throughout their pregnancy. This quiet endurance is not seen as a burden, but as a reflection of strength, humility, and dedication to family duty. The silence around pregnancy also ties back to Amish values of modesty. They believe life's most sacred moments, like birth, are not for display or public attention. By keeping the experience private, a woman shows her focus on responsibility over recognition to outsiders. This might seem harsh or even lonely, but within Amish culture, it demonstrates resilience and selflessness. A woman's quiet sacrifice becomes a lesson to her children that service to family and faith comes before personal comfort. Rule 6. No honeymoons for most newlyweds today. The honeymoon is one of the most exciting parts of marriage. Couples plan vacations, romantic trips, or at least a few days away from work to celebrate their union. But for the Amish, the idea of a honeymoon simply doesn't exist. Instead of leaving town after the wedding, Amish newlyweds spend their very first night cleaning up after their own ceremony. They put away dishes, sweep the barn, and help relatives restore order. It may not sound glamorous, but in their eyes, it's the proper way to begin a life of responsibility together. After the wedding, many couples don't immediately move into a home of their own. Some live temporarily with parents until they can build a house or acquire a farm. During this time, the young wife continues her domestic duties under her mother-in-law's guidance, while the husband prepares to take on financial responsibilities. This rejection of honeymoons reflects the Amish view that marriage is not about indulgence or escape. It's a lifelong commitment grounded in service, hard work, and faith. By starting with chores instead of a vacation, couples are reminded that marriage is about shared sacrifice, not luxury. Rule 7. Domestic mastery within Amish culture. The role of the wife is deeply tied to the home. Domestic mastery, being skilled at managing every aspect of household life, is considered her ultimate duty. From dawn until late at night, Amish women are responsible for cooking large meals, quilting blankets, sewing clothes, tending gardens, preserving food for winter, and raising children. These responsibilities are not small, considering many families have 6, 8, or even 10 children. An Amish woman's success is measured not by personal achievements, by how smoothly her household runs and how well it reflects on her husband's reputation in the community. A tidy home, well-fed children, and a welcoming table are signs of a wife's devotion. Neighbors notice these details, and within Amish society, respect is built on such quiet demonstrations of discipline and care. Asterisk. Rule 8. Financial submission money plays an important role in Amish households. But the way financial decisions are handled may surprise outsiders. Many Amish wives manage checkbooks, keep records, and even run small businesses such as bakeries, quilt shops, or produce stands. On the surface, it may appear that they hold significant control. But when it comes to major decisions like purchasing property, expanding a business, or investing in farming equipment, the final approval always rests with the husband. This practice, known as financial submission, reflects the Amish belief in clear leadership roles within marriage. The husband is recognized as the head of the household, while the wife provides support and guidance from behind the scenes. It's a balance of hidden influence and public obedience. A wise husband often consults his wife before making choices, knowing her judgment and management skills are valuable. Yet to maintain order, the outward authority belongs to him. For Amish women, this system is less about inequality and more about harmony. By submitting to their husband's final word, they avoid conflict and reinforce unity within the marriage. Outsiders may view it as restrictive, but within the Amish community, it is seen as a safeguard that keeps families strong, disciplined, and cooperative. Rule 9. Enduring without divorce in the modern world. Divorce is seen as an option when marriages fail. But in Amish society, divorce simply doesn't exist. Once a woman is married, she is bound to her husband for life, through joy, hardship, and everything in between. There are no legal or religious pathways for separation. Instead, women are expected to adapt, forgive, and endure whatever challenges arise within the marriage. This lifelong promise changes how couples approach conflict. Since leaving is never an option, both partners must find ways to resolve differences and maintain peace. Amish wives are taught from a young age to practice patience, humility, and forgiveness. Even in difficult marriages, their faith teaches them that enduring trials strengthens character and honors God. To outsiders, this rule may sound restrictive, even unfair. But within Amish communities, it is seen as a source of stability. Divorce. They believe tears apart families and weakens the fabric of community life. By forbidding it, marriages remain intact, and children grow up in homes where both parents are present. Rule 10. Modesty in all things for Amish wives. Modesty is not just a choice, it is a lifelong rule. From the clothes they wear to the way they carry themselves in public, every action reflects humility, discipline, respect for family values. Makeup, jewelry, and flashy hairstyles are forbidden. Instead, women dress in plain homemade garments, usually in dark or muted colors, with long sleeves, aprons, and prayer caps that cover their hair. This modest appearance is meant to prevent vanity or pride, qualities the Amish see as distractions from faith and family. By avoiding the temptation to stand out, women show that their focus lies in service and devotion rather than self-display. But modesty goes far beyond clothing. It extends to speech, behavior, and even daily choices. Amish wives avoid gossip, refrain from loud or boastful behavior, and live in ways that bring honor not just to themselves, but to their husbands and households in their community. How a woman behaves directly reflects on her husband's reputation, so modesty becomes both a personal and family responsibility. Asterisk, asterisk. These 10 Amish marriage rules may seem strict, even strange, when compared to modern lifestyles. Yet for the Amish, they are the foundation of marriages that rarely end in separation. By embracing humility, sacrifice, and faith, Amish couples build bonds that last a lifetime. But now the question is, what do you think? Which of these rules shocked you the most? Could you imagine living in a world where honeymoons don't exist, modesty defines daily life, and divorce is never an option? Share your thoughts with us in the comments. We'd love to know your perspective. And if you enjoyed discovering these hidden traditions, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never Miss more fascinating insights into Amish culture and other secret traditions around the world? Stay curious, stay inspired, and we'll see you in the next story. Asterisk, asterisk.